Hi, I'm Jaron Sim. Today I'm going to present about my project 3. This project aims to design a community center with an environment to promote co-living and interaction among the optometry students and with students from other courses. The building is designed in the form of plug-in, where each individual spaces are like a component which can be transformed to help various activities throughout the day, and the spaces are defined by the light quality casted into that space during certain time. Throughout Project 2A, an interview with two optometry students was carried out to know more about the school and social life from the perspective of optometry students, and I found out that both interviewees prefer different kind of workspace environment, which is like a spacious and crowded space where people can socialize and study together, and another one is prefer to have an isolated quiet place. Moving on to Project 2B, with consideration of the user preference just now and site response, a series of site casting models are created to study the possibility of how different spaces and activities can interact with one another. The key ideas of these 5 models are how different spaces can combine to form a transformative space and maintain the existing site slope as one of the spaces, and also to emphasize or prioritize the space. Prioritize the positive views of the sites in certain space, and how different spaces are oriented to achieve desired sunlight throughout the day. The community consists of transformative workspace, event space, private domes, pantry, so the users can walk and reside with other students simultaneously. The intentions are to allow users to explore around with multiple openings throughout the building spaces, and this series of sectional explorations and the connection of spaces is to study how to create a journey of spaces with different light quality for users to experience throughout the building. This leads to this series of mock-up models to get an idea how a space with different openings and the form can alter the light quality achieved in certain spaces. The sketches is the ideas of how a space can transform to different functions defined by the light cast into the space. For example, this space can function in batches or in shift for the students, during the noon time where it's shaded can be used as a nap area or the light casted, and during the morning and the evening time it could be students where they do their work in batches. Or the light can be directional as well, it could be leading users to certain direction like this one, or indicating that area is non-accessible during certain hours like the lunch hours or of office hour. The transformation of the building form starts off with a cuboid and expand upwards to create a central space, and the middle part is carved out to be used as a central courtyard while also maintaining the side landscape. And by extruding out, different spaces are created in clustered and plug-in form, and the main entrance is formed by emphasizing the space with double volume height. Another level is created to differentiate between private and public space, and different spaces are either shift or compress to alter the spaces with multiple heights, so different light quality can be achieved in different spaces. And lastly, the building form and openings are shared in consideration to the site context, to achieve certain desired views or the wind flow, the approach, or the sun orientation. The arrangement of the building is where users enter from here. This will be the foyer, here will be the main workspace, the laboratory, the management office, this one will be the courtyard, and this will be the discussion room, and this will be the examination room for the optometry students, and here will be the students' pantry, the dining, the lounge, and the public toilets over here, which is accessible from the courtyard also. This is the bird eye perspective view of the community center, which also shows the different light casted into these transformative spaces during different time throughout the day. The light and shadow casting are shown in small sections in different time of the day, Like for the main lab, this one is the main lab. The spaces could be used like as a co-working space for students during the morning, or communal gathering space, or as an event space during certain time. And for the foyer, this will be the foyer. The light casted direct users into the main lab during the morning, and it's fully exposed to the sunlight during the noon time, which indicates it's inaccessible during lunch hours. So, and in the evening time, it directs users to the courtyard instead of the workspace. Here will be the entrance leading to the courtyard over here. And how I define this corridor space is the same as I did in my light mocha models. Like the light can be directional as well. So this would be the corridor leading from the foyer to the examination room or the discussion room. Like during the morning, it leads the students to the exam room, or like during the evening time, it will be like total shaded, so it will be like inaccessible space for the students. This should be the sectional drawing cutting from the foyer to the main lab. This should be the foyer, the corridor, and this should be the laboratory and the mezzanine over here. So the upper floor mainly consists of like the resident private dorms with bunker beds and private showers. So each room like can recite maximum like 4 students. And outside the dorm is the lounge and the bay window sofa where residents can hang out. And this corridor leads to the isolated workspace over here. So these sectional diagrams show like how light can alter the mood of a space. Also, like for the dorm, this sectional diagram show like how light can alter the mood of the dorms during different time. And like in the isolated workspace is where I show like how light can divide the spaces and divide a space into zones. Like during the morning, the students will have their individual mini work zones. Like it's divided by the light cast into it. And during the noon time, it will be like a group discussion space, because all the students will be gathered over here. And the evening time, the room will be like shaded as it's already like non-office hour. And this is my second sectional drawing, which mainly consists of the isolated workspace, the corridor, the lounge, and the private dorms. So due to the clustered form and arrangement of spaces, I did this exploded perspective to show like the zoning of the building more clearer, like which is the private, which is the public, or the transformative spaces, like the dorms, the workspace, the main lab, and the corridors. And in this sectional perspective is where different activities held in like public or private spaces can be seen, and also the construction details of my building, like the skylight from the isolated workspace over here, and the main wall material throughout the buildings, which is the precast concrete wall. The details will be here, and the RC flat roof details. And yeah, that's all from my presentation. Thank you.